unhinged. And I'm not sure if we even actually needed this prequel to tell us this, but since we've probably all watched the movie already or read the book, let's get into some changes that I noticed that they made from book to movie. First one I noticed right off the bat is that Clemencia did not turn into a snake. Now, obviously in the book, she did not literally just anamorph into a snake. But in the book, when she was bitten by the snake, obviously they gave her the antidote super quick, but she still was having scales. You know, it was very tight on her skin. She was basically visually trying to turn into a snake with her skin. And we didn't get that in the movie. It was just like, she got bitten, they said she had the flu, which also happened in the book, and then she comes back and she's a little mad at Snow because it was like, oh, you didn't even want to check on me? It's not something that was necessarily needed to be in the movie, but I do feel like it added another aspect of crazy. I do feel like it was one of those things where it's like, once the snakes are released into the pit, and if somebody had gotten bitten and had gotten the antidote, we would know what actually would have happened. And it just adds to like the craziness of how crazy Dr. Gall is. The second thing I noticed they changed from the book to the movie was with Reaper. So like the night before they all end up going into the arena, Reaper basically makes this speech. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to kill all of y'all. I will make sure that I take it out on the Capitol when I do kill all of y'all and I become the victor. And obviously he does not explain what exactly he means by take it out on the Capitol, but everybody's left speechless and Jessup spits in his face. So that was something that they changed, and it was a change that I actually did not like, because I felt like it was him trying to stay true to himself and who he was, kind of like in that first Hunger Games when Peeta was like, I want to make sure I don't lose myself within this Hunger Games, even with everything crazy that I'm having to do. And then when Katniss understood what exactly Peeta meant when she did like the little burial for real, that kind of felt like that was what Reaper was trying to do with himself. Like, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be nice about it. I'm going to be as loving as I possibly can with this. And then I'm going to make sure that we all remember who the real enemy is. I love that. And I was sad that we actually did not get that. Another change that they made that I noticed like right off the bat was that they had Lucy Gray ask Snow like, hey, can you get us some food? We have not eaten for 3 days. When in actuality in the book, it was Sejanus whose idea was to start bringing people food. He honestly was just trying to make sure he got food to Marcus himself, you know, since he knew Marcus and was from the same district as him, but he also was trying to feed everyone else as well. As opposed to in the movie, they just made it seem like Lucy Gray is the smartest girl around, which she was a smart girl, and Snow is like this compassionate person, which he was not. That right there was my first clue of like, okay, we're trying to do like some revisionist history for what kind of a person Snow is. Once Snow brings food and everybody else starts bringing food, Ariadne Crane decides she's also going to bring food. So in the book, she ends up bringing like bread and cheese, and she's making a sandwich, and she has this like knife, and it has a really cute, like really pretty mother of pearl handle. Now, same thing happens to Ariadne Crane, okay? The girl from her district did not like that she was playing with her and took her out. In the movie though, she just took a bottle, old school, and was just like, I'm gonna use what I have, and took her out then. But when you realize what district she was in and just how adept she was with the knife, I just didn't like the fact that they changed it. It made her seem like she's over here smashing a bottle, like she's some kind of just like, do whatever I have to do to survive, I'm a monster. As opposed to them recognizing like, first of all, she was from a district where they actually slaughtered hogs and pigs and stuff. She knows exactly what to do with a knife. She knew exactly what she was doing to Ariadne Crane. It was calculated. It wasn't cold, but it was calculated. Like, she's adept with a knife. Why are we erasing this history from her? I like the book version of that better. I mean, they both were met with the same fate. Ariadne did not make it out, and the district girl did not make it out of that situation. But I just liked how they did in the book a little better. By the time Reaper makes his speech and everybody is just flabbergasted at him, and Jessup spits in his face because he can't believe he just said that, Jessup has already been bitten and has rabies. Now, the difference that they made from the book to the movie is that in the book, he was bitten by a raccoon while he was in the Capitol. As opposed to in the movie where they said that he was bitten by a bat on the train. A change that they made that I am upset about them changing is when Coriolanus goes out there to meet Lucy Gray and all the other people that have been reaped for the Hunger Games, and they go to get in the truck. And in the book, he asks the peacekeepers, hey, is it okay if I get on this truck with Lucy Gray? Because I'm mentoring her. And they're like, yeah, you know, eat your heart out, do whatever the heck you want to do. And then whole time they knew that they were about to dump all of them in the zoo, so he gets dumped in the zoo as well. So in the movie, he ends up having to sneak into there, then gets dumped to the zoo. But I like the fact that in the book, they were like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. You can definitely get on this truck, and we can definitely take you to where we're taking all the other kids, and we'll definitely dump you in this zoo too. And it just was like, it just was, first of all, it was hilarious. It was like, they don't like you. I don't even know if they know you, but they don't like you. And it kind of just went to show like, okay, the peacekeepers are part of the Capitol, but also they have some gripes with the people that are part of the Capitol as well. And I would have loved to see that play out on the screen. Just not even having to get too deep into it, but just to be like, they dumped that boy on purpose. This is a change that they made just throughout the entire movie. So in the book, Sejanus feels as though Snow is his friend, his best friend, one of the people that really likes him. And we see Coriolanus kind of playing to that, right? So he's acting like he also is his best friend, his friend. He actually cares about him and everything else, right? So even all the way when they make it to the district, you even start to think that he is trying to be friends with Sejanus. Obviously, we know he's a terrible person, so whatever he does, it's for him. But they were really close, okay? Sejanus was going on trips with him, and, you know, the whole Covey family going out to, like, the little cabin, hanging out with them in their house, this, that, and the third. And Coriolanus was like, oh man, Sejanus is really getting himself into trouble. I have to make sure he doesn't do this, that, and the third to get us in trouble. Obviously, it was more like to get me in trouble because Coriolanus is always going to look out for himself. So in the movie, we don't get that close bond. We see him keeping an eye on him. We see him like, what are you doing? What exactly the heck is going on? But we don't get like that fake friendship bond that he builds with him. And I wish we had gotten that, just because if we're gonna say that he's a horrible person, let's show all aspects of how horrible a person Snow is, and it would have made that betrayal cut so much deeper in my mind. Like, you really think he's your friend, but he's not. He just left you for dead. He just let you get taken to the hanging tree. Like, he does not care about you. So obviously we're all seeing that. But it would have made it feel more complete in my mind, as opposed to just being like, it's Snow being Snow, as opposed to being like, it's Snow acting like he's your very best bud. You guys have been hanging out in District 12, and now he has snitched on you. The last change that they made really had me like, did Snow come from the depths of the book, come to life like his Inkheart, so that he could rewrite his own story? Because the callback at the end of the movie was cute. It was real cute. It's the thing you love that hurts you the most that was cute. But let's not act like it was Lucy Gray being the thing that he loved the most. Okay? Because in this movie, they were making it seem like he really loved this girl, but this was not something that he loved. The only way he was even able to feign love with her was like because he kept saying she's not a part of the district. She's a nomad, essentially. She's not district scum. She's not district trash. He, for sure, thought of her as property. She was always a thing to him. She was his to have. She was an object. That was not love. And let's not forget the end, where in the book it was made crystal clear that he was the one that realized that she was a loose end, a thread that needs to be tied up, and so he went after her, okay? He said, Katniss, I got some Katniss for you, and then chased her, as opposed in the movie where he was just like, where she said, oh, I guess I'm the only one that's a loose thread, and it was like, well, first of all, if you're supposed to be such a smart girl, who even says that about themselves? Who says to the person who just has found a weapon that I'm a loose thread, okay? And then he goes out there trying to figure out what's taking her so long and where is she? And then he's like, you're trying to kill me! Like, sir, it just felt so revisionist. It was like, what is going on here? We're gonna actually act like this man loved this girl? Absolutely not. He did not. Those were some changes that I saw. That you guys notice. How'd you like the book compared to the movie? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.